Hey, John Martinez here with the REI Sales Academy. We help investors buy more houses at deeper discounts. Really what we do is we help investors turn more of their leads into deals and buy a little bit cheaper, which is good. But one of the questions we often get, especially when they're scaling up, is, all right, now I've got a lead manager or a team of lead managers, and I've got, again, acquisition agent or a team of acquisition agents. And how do we hand off from one to the other without losing rapport? Because the lead manager will take an inbound lead or call a lead back from PPC or something like that, where someone submitted their information, and they'll start to build this relationship, and then there seems to be a little breakdown when handing off to a stranger, the acquisition agent. So the question is, how do we make that transition actually work so we don't lose rapport? And is there a way to do it so it actually becomes a good thing instead of a bad thing we're trying to fight? And the answer is, yeah, you can do that, and there's a way to do it. And the way I like to explain it is it all has to do with expectations and surprises. Well, let me explain. I hate haunted houses and I hate scary movies. Why do I hate them? Because I'm surprised. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know like what's around the corner in the haunted corn maze or whatever it is, or the haunted house. Scary movies, I don't know what's gonna happen next. Who's gonna spring out from behind the wall? What's the twist? It scares me. I don't like it. I get jumpy and I don't like that feeling. And the truth is, most people don't like surprises, right? They don't like it. They don't like stuff that they're unprepared for. We like when expectations are set and expectations are met. When expectations are set and met, hey, that's a pattern. We can trust these people. This feels good. And that's what you need to keep in mind when transitioning from a lead manager to an acquisition manager, is how do we do it in such a way where we set expectations and we remove any amount of surprise? I hope that makes sense. So here's how you do it. It's just as easy as it sounds. I'll give you some training wheels or some scripting so you can do it yourself. Might sound like this. Hey, Mrs. Johnson, listen, I really enjoyed talking to you. Usually at this point, the next step is to hand you over to Jim Taylor. Jim is, we call him an acquisition manager. He's what he is, he's a home buying specialist. He is really good at figuring out what is the most we can give you for your property and how would we structure that fits you and your particular situation best. That's his specialty, that's all he does. Awesome guy, really, really good at his job. Love to keep the conversation going, but I know nothing about that stuff, and I know at the end of the day it's really important for you to get the best offer and to get it structured the best way possible, and the expert on our team is Jim. We don't let Jim just talk to anyone because he's really good at what he does. He is very, very meticulous and very good with our customers. So once we get to this point and we say, hey, we potentially have a fit here, Jim usually steps in at that point and takes over. So what I want to do is I'm going to introduce you to Jim. I'm going to tell him a little bit about your situation, and he's going to give you a call. Let's go ahead and set up a time for him to come out, but before he comes out, he'll give you a call and he'll say, hey, this is Jim. And he'll tell you a little bit about himself and what he plans on doing with your time together. And just, you know, a quick introduction. I think you're gonna love him. I think you guys will hit it off, and I think you're gonna be in really, really good hands. So guys, obviously that's a long drawn out version, but did you see what I did there, right? I positioned Jim as the expert. I use some scarcity. Not everyone gets to talk to Jim. Jim's an expert, right? It's just like how your general practitioner sends you to the specialist doctor, right? You got to kind of go through a gate, like it's special, right? Okay, you get to see Jim, the acquisition manager, and it just sets everything up so perfectly. So instead of just saying we're going to come out there, we're going to send a member of our team, and Jim shows up like I'm the guy at your door. That's scary. That's surprise. You didn't set expectations. But if you heard the way I set it up, it's a benefit. It's a really cool thing, and that's a proper way to hand off a lead from the lead manager to the acquisition agent. So if you've struggled with that, or if you're scaling up and you just don't know how that piece is going to work, that's exactly how it works for the best of the best in the industry. So good luck out there buying houses at deep discount.